I'm Asafa Powell, and welcome to the Fast Lane Lifestyle.
Lifestyle. I have to sing.
Yeah,
and
this is
I
my-
am Alyshia Powell. You're what?
You're my
Better half.
my whiff, my whiff with the accent, whiff, my whiff.
Better half. I
African
think better half
accent.
sounds good.
Come on, but
I like that.
I'm working on my African accent.
And where did you get that type of accent from? Who told you that African sounds like that?
No, I'm used to the other one, so I'm trying to
What's the
find
other
my
one?
own. I'm trying to create my own.
First of all, remember
own.
Africa's a continent, so there's many different
That's what I'm
accents.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm working on my own. You know what I mean?
All right. Anyway,
Listen to me. Don't you talk about my people, okay?
What?
Don't talk
What
about
country
my people.
accent? Like I don't know what accent is that. Where are you from?
Yeah, but with saying all of that, today, we're going to talking about culture, and
Culture.
for you, our friends were here the
Yeah.
other day, Susie and SG, and
Yes.
it was a shock for them. I mean, it was the same for you.
Yeah, when
you
I first
just got to
moved
Jamaica,
here.
but it's a culture shock for them when they're here and they see like white Jamaicans, and the minute they open their mouths and they hear the patois coming out, it's like
yeah.
what? They're Jamaican.
Yeah.
They didn't know that we have white Jamaicans as
Right, because
as well.
in Ghana, it's like if you're white or whatever, any other race, when you speak, you can see like, oh, you're not from here,
they're
type of
European
thing.
or
Yeah. Where
or
here it's
British
like,
or whatever.
I mean,
it
what's the
is.
saying? Out of many.
Yeah, out of many one people. That's our
Right.
motto. So yeah, we're
Exactly.
a lot of white Jamaicans, all Chinese, Indians.
I remember
out of many one
in
people.
high school, I had a sub teacher that came in, and when that was the first time I witnessed that. He opened his mouth and he was just straight Jamaican, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, man. So yeah, so definitely that was a culture shock for you, and among a lot of things, you know.
Yeah.
So, but what else for you was different?
Um.
A matter of fact,
Well-
no, just let us stop, because when we were getting married and all that stuff,
Yeah.
I would say like, we're thinking about if you're going to do like a traditional wedding or whatever that was.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I
don't know what that is,
about
like
no
traditional,
wedding.
where you
I
have
don't
to
know.
go to in Ghana
Mhm.
when you're about to get married. I mean, like what happened with SG and
Mhm.
Susie, they have to do something called knocking. So that is when the two families meet, they exchange. They give you like a list of things that the
Mhm.
family would want. So mainly it's like the bride's family. So they give you a list, whether it's like they want some cash, some drinks, all of this stuff. And then
Mhm.
when they go,
Or
I
some
think,
goats or so.
come on now.
Come on, they do it at some in one of the
All right,
African countries.
let's just what did SG tell you? They asked his list. I'm giving you his list. So you do that, and then it's just pretty much just saying, I plan to marry your daughter, your intentions, and then they are aware that you're about to, propose, etc. Where on your end, I remember my mom always is like, he didn't even ask for permission. He just came and just married you. Like
that's not
that's
in
just
our culture.
backwards.
That's not in our culture.
No, but I think
the female to get married, and that's it. You don't need nobody's permission.
No, I get that, but I think when two cultures are coming together, there has to be some type of like medium.
Yeah, you meet in the middle.
I know my dad is a white man, but I think he also went through that structure of like asking for permission and just so that
you didn't grow up in Ghana.
I did. I spent
Canada.
10 years of my life.
Yeah, but for 10 years, you didn't know anything about marriage or the culture. I don't like that.
I went to weddings.
So everything was all Canadian after that.
But I'm still embedded in the culture. Like culture is in me.
But honestly, I don't think you would have wanted that.
No, I mean, I always was like, do I want a traditional wedding? Because traditional weddings is not necessarily like, just from looking at it, it's more so for the parents with like bragging rights and because it's this whole big thing. And then like there's people there that you don't even know, like something like 500, 600 persons. It's a big, like big.
Who pay for all them people?
I think it's like normally your parents will, I don't really know, depending on people's financial state. But the thing about African weddings, you get that money back and sometimes more because remember they're throwing money. People actually give gifts. Like here, I noticed when we had our wedding, there wasn't a space where people could give gifts. They actually even have a money, like a box where you go and drop money in and stuff. So I mean,
that's the thing. To show off. It's showing off.
Well, you know for a fact, even in talking to Susie, you know for a fact that the traditional wedding is for the parents.
Showing off. It's showing
and
off.
then that's why a lot of them have the white
That's
wedding
where
now.
black people get the showing off thing from. Jamaicans love to show off, but we don't have that in our tradition.
Right.
But
so that's our traditional.
It's all for show. For sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
It doesn't make the marriage better. It doesn't make you happier as a couple. It's just for
I say it's for the parents. Like I always would say, no matter what I would accomplish, like before I got married and had kids in my career, it's like for African parents or for Ghanaian parents, nothing can amount to when you get married and have kids. That means, oh, you've made it now. Like I think also that's like a pressure where it's like, if let's say you're career driven and just that's not enough for them. Where for you, like I'm coming from. Am I making you nervous?
I'm not drunk.
Am I making you nervous?
I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. I promise.
I give you butterflies still, huh? But it's a thing where it's like you feel like you haven't done enough because until you get married, until you have kids, and then that's when they're like they finally back off. Which I think that's like a pressure. Where do you guys face? That's in the Jamaican culture. I don't necessarily think you guys.
No, we're not pressured into being married and kids. It's more like they're trying to avoid you from having kids until
you're
whenever it
like
is.
A good situation.
But in your culture, it's like they really want kids, and they want to see marriage and stuff like that
and everything.
Yeah, we don't have that. We are just, I think, I don't know, maybe some Jamaicans they arrange. I think they have.
They still do that?
No, they don't do it. But I think for some Jamaicans, maybe in the uptown circle.
Oh, like
circle,
you're in a circle, and then
the uptown circle, they probably force you into married into money.
Right.
Keep the money in that circle and stuff like that. But no, you meet a girl or a boy.
I hope it's not a girl or a boy. At that time, man and woman.
The man a man, yeah, not girls, yeah. Man and the woman, the man proposed to the woman. Because you don't really find women.
Well, it's happening now.
It might happen
it's
one or two
happening now.
times,
I'm seeing a lot on Instagram.
But the man is going to propose.
Right.
The man is going to propose. The man don't need nobody permission.
Okay, no, but wait. This is going to go a little bit off topic, right? How is it that sometimes a man will propose and the woman will say no? How do you miss that? Like how?
I cannot speak on that. I don't know what that feel like. I just know what it looked like. I've seen it on Instagram.
I'm just trying to like what goes through their head. Is it something where you're scared you're about to lose her, so you're thinking if you propose it becomes
trying to keep
right?
I think a lot of the times people have they think different. I mean, he can be like I heard somebody speaking. I was watching something yesterday.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
This guy, he and his wife had they have two different time zone of when they were in a relationship.
Oh,
so the guy was saying, we were talking for say
6 months.
6 months.
Right.
In her head, it was a year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So the guy probably, he's thinking that, oh, we are this lovely couple and all this stuff, while she is still weighing her options out there in the world. But he just doesn't want to lose her. Maybe she's way out of his league, probably thinks she's out of his league.
And he just wants to.
How did I?
But I still don't get that. Like there has to be some type of signs. But as humans, always like to ignore, red flags or the signs.
And it's weird to me sometimes because you would find the woman want pressuring the man for marriage.
Right.
And if I don't see any signs of that, I'm not going to propose.
And I think also, is it the same thing? I overheard a conversation and I said, oh my goodness, this is so true. Because I remember when females would come up to me and be like, oh, him and I are in a relationship. And, telling me like, I pretty much stole you away from them. The guy was talking about timeline of you could just be messing around with a woman sexually, but then in their head they take that and view that as a relationship, where to the man is like, I am just So how does that get miscued?
And the craziest thing is, like, between the man and the woman, they have that understanding. The woman knows that's what it is, but
I guess she's hoping for more.
Yeah, they're hoping for more. But when they see you in an actual relationship, you know, in their heads, oh man, this man was in a relationship, or we're getting there. What are you doing? What are you doing here?
But the thing is, most men will go where they not feel comfortable, but where they've been before. It's easier to go back to somewhere where you're like, oh, she's cool. She knows what's happening.
No.
Well, that's why she must think it's a relationship. But anyway, that's off topic. But
that's way off topic. That's for another conversation.
When I moved to Jamaica, so I've been back and forth since 2015, and then I moved here officially in 2019.
After I got married, yeah.
Yeah, because you got me pregnant.
After you got married.
And I think for me it was a big, like, just always going back and forth. It was a big adjustment for me in so many ways. As in, like, just for me, I would be shy to approach a man in a certain way, you know. I think that the man should be the one, like, coming to me and stuff, where here you'd be seeing more like the woman's, like, they're gonna approach you and they're gonna send you that DM Jamaican, and they're going to be the one, like, I want you and this is what I want to do with you. Like, over the weekend, where at a hotel, and this lady looks at you and she goes, oh, just by looking at you, I'm salivating. Like, I couldn't do that.
I mean, you have women. I don't think it's only in Jamaica. It's everywhere in the world. You know, you have women that are not afraid to speak their minds,
right?
Or
I mean,
tell you how they feel. You know, they feel about you. I mean, women do so many different things that you yourself wouldn't even dream about doing.
Right, but I guess I brought that up because I had a conversation with you earlier. That I think in being Ghanaian, you're kind of like shamed for owning your sexuality, or, you know, being I think in a way we don't feel comfortable doing that to a man because it was like, you don't do that. Like, the culture is like, you definitely do not do that. Like, when I used to post like my work stuff where I'm shooting lingerie or whatever, and I put it on my Instagram, my mom be like, take that off. How do you expect to find a husband if you're posting stuff like this? But then it's like, the minute you get married, they're like, oh, okay, whatever. It's okay.
What that is now is that I can respect that about, you know, Ghana and Africa. They stick to their culture.
Right.
You know, where here in Jamaica, you find us drifting away. The newer generation just drifting away from culture.
Right.
You know, and they'll find that old school. They'll find, they say that's old school. They don't want to do that, you know, and that's your way of doing, whether it's your way of parenting, your way of shopping, driving, whatever it is. They just find it old school. And things have changed. They don't like it because it looks too good and too, you know, too.
I guess there's a controlling factor.
You know, I mean, it looks too good to be true, or sounds too good to be true. They like to be out there where what they see on Instagram, living wild and, you know, just new age parenting, they call it, and all that stuff.
But I think a balance is good. Like, for me, it's the fact of growing up, they're telling you, don't get a boyfriend, don't talk to boys, don't do this. But then the minute you hit, like, let's say 21 and up, the pressure starts. Like, not even 21, let's say 25. When are you gonna get married? When are you gonna do this? But you've been telling me my whole entire life, don't do this. Now you're setting me out into one, and you're pressuring me now. Like,
I guess they should have said, oh, wait until you're an adult.
Yeah, something like that. And then even a lot of African households don't have conversations about sex. Like, and then they'll just see the child wind up pregnant. Well, you allowed her to go to school and learn from kids, you know? So it's I don't know. I think culture, I love my culture, but I think for me, and growing up in Canada and stuff, I think having the balance of both for me. Yeah, because I think in certain ways when I see like my friend, she just own her sexuality. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna go be thotting and bobbing on Instagram, but I don't see like what she would do. I don't have the confidence to do that.
To do it
Not
either.
that I don't think I'm the ish, but I just don't have that because I just wasn't brought up that way, or I was brought up to feel like shameful.
But I mean, not to really bang anybody, but I see some people out there owning up their sexuality that I don't even find sexy at all.
But I think it's just the confidence.
Yeah,
and, like,
that's
the
what I'm
woman
saying.
just being able to.
It's the confidence.
Right. I think it's more so about like the woman
it's not about
being able
looks.
to do that.
It's not about looks, because you in yourself, you know that you look beautiful and you know that you're sexy, but you are not brave enough to you're not confident enough to really just show it off like that, and to
right,
because
even
like
with my friend, my best friend Eva, she'll send me stuff. Do you think this is too this? And then like we'll laugh at it sometimes because we're like,
and then you
we're
show
up
me
there
actually,
in age that we should even have to question these things, but we still, because like, oh, my brother's gonna see this and it's gonna be this, or my mom. So it's still like really embedded in us as
we think about what our parents will say.
You think I see your calendar,
that's those things where I think we're the same. We're the same, but kind of different.
I think we have a lot of
same kind
similarities,
of guidelines in a sense,
but difference. Like we were talking about how you can't walk into a household. Like I can't go and call Eva's mom, oh, Mary.
Yeah, or Miss
like that
Mary,
that's the most uttermost disrespect you can give like an African parent.
Can't call them by their name.
Uncle, that's all it is. Even if they're not your auntie or uncle, that's just respect factor.
Don't
that
ask
would not
names
no. Or if mama, daddy type of thing, but you cannot walk into a household and just be like, even saying bye guys, no, you can't do that. Like
or
bye auntie,
or good morning. You have to,
and then we were saying everything in Ghana. It's like, oh please, good morning, please, can you pass that to me? Everything is just like, that's just how our culture is like structured. Even with the kids, it's the same way. Like when we're having conversations, even if you go to a house and there's kids there, the kids will come say hi, but then they're gone because they believe in when adults are talking, kids shouldn't be around and hearing topics that they're too young to hear and stuff.
Yeah,
so
well, the thing is, like I said, we grew up on that too, we don't grow up on, we're probably not
you
saying
grew up in
auntie.
the please, good
we're
morning.
Probably saying, no, we probably grew up, I mean, with some of the things that you guys said, please, good morning, for is.
Yeah, I think it's a little.
It's like you should be saying thank you instead of saying please. So I don't mind not saying that. But we grew up saying miss and sir and stuff like that.
Right.
We don't grow up saying auntie for everything unless the person is actually our auntie.
Right. Or no.
So like in school we learn to say miss, or Mrs. If they're married, we know that to say Mrs. Like if she's like Mrs. Patsy or Mrs. Or last name, by the last name, not the first name. So we have to say Miss first or Mrs. But the new generation, I don't know, what they're teaching them or whatever it is. I don't know.
I recently when I was pregnant with Amik, I went into a wedding, and like something about African elders can make you feel so small. Like they can make you feel so young. Like, oh, uncle, how are you? You're good. Like, and you don't have conversations for long, it's just, how are you? I'm fine. Okay, you go and sit down. But they make you feel like, hello, you're not on the same level as me because I'm older than you. You don't have respect.
For me,
so then you feel small.
I feel like some of these things are like power tripping.
I think so, for sure.
And I think it's a bit over the top. I mean, I love the culture, but I just think a lot of these things is just way over the top. Like why would you want somebody to feel small?
I guess they still feel like you're young, like you are in your 20s, so you shouldn't.
No, but in a sense, it's a person. You should respect the person as well. The person is going to have respect for you as an elder,
right?
But you also should respect the person. It's like you don't have any respect for that person because they're beneath you. They're small,
right.
So I don't like that part, and I think all that. I don't want to get in all that, but I think it's coming from way back, way back from slavery days. I think it's coming from there because I think we were slaving our own people before.
Of course. I think that's where everything
so
started
all of that
from.
is coming from there where, oh, you're my servant, you're my this, you're my that. So I don't really agree with a lot of that part.
Right,
You know what I mean? It's respect. You show respect, and you get back respect.
Mm-hmm. But I think it's mainly the ones that are still so deep into, the culture. I know my mom was saying if you meet like a chief in Ghana, whether they're from, I think from the Ashanti region, when she went, they were like, you can't use like a certain hand or something, and you can't cross your legs or something when you're in their presence. It's disrespect. Like, so I remember Susie was saying when she went to SG's father's funeral, she was asking, like, is there certain things you need to tell me that I like, how do I behave? I used to like even feeling that pressure, because you're going deep into like the culture.
Man, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about going to Ghana, honestly, because I'm Jamaican and I'm Jamaican. I mean, yes, I'm from, what you call it, African descent.
Right, yeah.
But I have to bring my culture there.
True. I mean, I think they'll appreciate you for that. But just don't call anyone by their first name,
I won't. I would never do that. I would never call anyone by their first name. I wouldn't do that. I'm not like that. You know I'm not like that. But I'll bring my culture there.
Right, mix it up.
I think they love Jamaican culture as well.
No, they do. But I think for you it's gonna be a lot easier. But when they know that you have Ghanaian background, you can't move that way.
They will try to speak true and I'll be like, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
there's... At the same.
And then you say, Mihoye.
Mihoye.
I actually should have started the show with saying Akwaba. That means welcome.
Akwaba.
So in many ways, we are similar, but different. But I mean, I think in all and everything, it shaped me to be like who I am still. It's a lot, whether it's good or bad, or, I take away from that. And as I'm raising like kids now, I instill like the good that I like, and then I find a medium because even with Amik, I make him call everyone uncle or everyone auntie. I just think it's just a form of respect. Everybody likes a child or a person that is respectful. You get far in life when you're well-mannered.
Like this guy that works for us, like everything. We said,
thank you for everything. Please. And remember, instantly, I was like, I like him.
Yeah, everything. Please, thank you. Yes. Thank you, sir. And he call you miss?
Miss, that's when I really felt old. Yeah. I was laughing at you that he's calling you sir. I'm like, well,
I won't accept it. I won't accept it. And worse, I'm turning that number very soon.
Are we saying it or we're not saying it?
No, that number.
You turned 4.
4, yeah.
Backwards.
4.4. I'll be turning 0.4.
Okay.
And soon we'll be,
soon we will be.
Apart.
No, we won't.
One number apart.
No. But anyway, we can.
Why won't accept it?
We are nearly 11 years apart. No. I don't know why you keep thinking we're 10. If we were 10, when you turn 40.
No.
I mean, when you turn 40.
Well, listen.
I would be 30.
I have respect for your elders then.
Okay,
don't
uncle.
Cross your leg in front of your elders.
No, I said only when you're royal. You're not royal, are you?
I'm royalty.
You're not a chief.
Watch when I go Ghana. Watch it when I go to Ghana. I'm going to see what you're going to do.
Well, actually, that my mom's family from the Cape Coast region, they're royals.
Exactly, and then
I'm actually royalty.
I'm a man
hello
in the family. Who,
I'm royalty.
So who get the most respect? No, man.
I am royalty.
Answer me. Who get the most respect?
Yeah, I think that was another reason why I was telling my mom the other day that I always say like I love my culture, but I don't think I could have married a Ghanaian man. Like in the fact of. It's like you have to just attend to everything. Like they'll eat food and they'll just leave the plate there. Like, I mean, I do that with you anyway. But it's just the fact that it feels like you have to do it,
Yeah. And I don't, it's not like I'm telling you have to do it. Like when I'm done eating, I'll go wash my own plate and all that
and again,
stuff.
like not to say all of them are that way, but it's like when you're really in the culture.
Deep in the culture.
Yeah.
It's known for a woman to serve.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would do that. I would be submissive.
Since I know that no. Since I know that no.
I always use the excuse that
listen, I won't even
because
take
I'm
off my
half
own
and
shirt
half,
again.
I'm
not even taking off my own shirt again.
I tip the scale whenever I want. I dance here and there. And you're Jamaican.
We're
so
gonna go
good.
deep in the Ghanaian culture.
No, but I'm like, I'll be submissive, but I don't like it when it's like, like you have to. Like that.
Like a forced thing.
So I always said I couldn't.
No pressure, baby.
Because you get burnt out.
No
I
pressure,
think
it's
better when it's 50-50. I don't mind you being the head. I can be the neck without, and the neck controls how the head moves. But I don't need you to know that. We'll end it off on that note.
I don't want to be no bobblehead. I don't want to be no bobblehead.
Oh gosh, but I think it's better when everything is like run together and run.
Want to be a fingernail?
I don't want to be a fingernail. I want to be the neck.
Neck.
Move it.
That means you can just break it at any time. No.
Oh gosh, but all in all, it's working out.
I'll drink to that.
It's working out you being from Jamaica and I'm from Ghana and
we
Canada.
Jamaicans don't want to accept the fact that we're from African descent.
Right.
You'll go to like most Jamaicans and they're like, no, I'm not from Africa. I'm not this. I'm not
it was like that when I was in high school too. It was like, it was not a cool thing to be African. I remember at one point in time, Susie was even saying that if you're African, you're lying that you're from the Caribbean. And it's so sad, know. So it's like, I'm glad that times and things are changing. And I feel amazing to this day when I'm out and I hear Afrobeats. I'm like, wow, we've come a long way. Like we used to get made fun of with our food and this is just because you don't understand it doesn't mean you make fun of it. Educate yourself, Yeah,
I think without things and times have changed, and access to internet and to everything. People are starting to learn
about the culture and
here in Jamaica, they only teach us about the national heroes and stuff like that. They don't teach us, about slavery and where we come from and all that stuff. They don't teach it. That's why Jamaicans don't. That's why Jamaicans say that we're not
I
from
don't
Africa.
blame them, but your national hero that's on the $500 bill, right?
Yeah,
she's from Ghana.
Yeah,
her and her siblings.
I think some shop. No, what name?
It's all on Google. Like if you, they call her Nani, but her in Ghana would be Nana.
Nana, yeah. Yeah,
and then her brother's like,
siblings.
they say Cujo, but in Ghana it would be Kojo.
Kojo. Yeah.
Yeah, so things, they foreignized everything.
It's just to teach it in school,
Right.
We don't learn that. We don't learn that in school.
But now we have access to things. So we have the internet. You have, even on my Instagram, like stuff pops
Everything.
Up that's, educational.
That's all they need.
As well.
All they need, YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah,
I just learn everything. Google.
But I hope this conversation is actually going to help some people that are listening
to go and research.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, go and research and research the traditional weddings.
You still owe me bride price,
traditional wedding too expensive.
You owe me
bro.
bride price. You were supposed to give me bride price.
Traditional weddings too expensive.
How much do you think my bride price would have been?
Man, like there's no limit.
Bride price. Where's my mom?
Imagine if somebody come to me.
They're gonna say, "Where is it?" Bride price.
Imagine if that was the case, right? And I had gone to your parents.
Yeah.
And they're telling me like I wouldn't. I don't know if I would have that all the respect and the love.
Right.
Because in a sense, I bought you.
Right. That's what I didn't like about
10 grand
that.
For you. Pay 10 grand.
I never liked that part of it, but I guess it's just the culture. That's why my mom was like, "Are you gonna do tradition?" I was like, "No, it's not every aspect of it that
That's why the man them feel the ownership.
I guess so, yeah.
That's why the man them feel that sense of ownership. I paid for you. I bought you. So you're
man, you
supposed
can
to
just make
me.
things just feel like we know it's bad, but you can really make things feel really bad.
You're supposed to serve me.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. So in a sense, I would have loved you way before that, but then when you go and you find out that you have to pay for
bride price and stuff,
man, I would have felt that way. It would have been expensive.
But I guess it's also in a way learning to kind of just accept people's cultures without judgment as well. Different ways, perspective, that's everything.
Yeah.
You can look at it a different way.
Well, my advice to people is that when you're doing a wedding, don't do more than 20 people.
Really?
Because it's going to be expensive.
You had 20 people at your wedding?
No. had over 100 people.
I mean, I would just say make sure I love the fact that I could turn around and I knew everyone that was there. The faces, it was people that we had relationships with. So
and there were
it was meaningful.
There were people who wasn't invited that we had a relationship with.
Right. It's true.
So that's the crazy part about it. It's like you're wondering, who do I invite to this wedding and who do I leave off?
Because remember, there's life after the wedding. Like, you guys have to have your finances together. That's why a lot of people
just do a wedding with us, them and the pastor.
Right. That's smart. Because sometimes people are thinking, should I have the big white wedding or do we purchase a house? And then some people pick the wedding and then, so, I mean, that's another topic.
Thing.
It's a woman thing.
Of course, yeah, because the woman want to dress in the white
Cinderella,
thing.
like that's pushed in our face when we're growing up. I want to be swept away by Prince Charming in our big gown and glass slipper.
Listen to me, man.
And I'm sure it's a man that created that
remember
story.
Remember the other day we were having this discussion.
Yeah.
And somebody had mentioned in the thing that
all
this started is that when the men would go out and hunt
and stuff,
they would win. The woman would be the prize.
Yeah. That's why the wedding is revolved around.
Yeah, that's why all the wedding is now about the bride.
Yeah, because he was saying, why couldn't I be the one? You wait for me at the altar and I be the one to come. You wouldn't even feel comfortable.
It's like when you're getting married, the man just walk around free all around the place. Nobody care about what he's wearing and all that stuff. Nobody care about nothing.
That's not true.
Everybody care about, I want to see the dress and the bride and all that stuff. Nobody don't care about the man.
Bride is the prize.
For all I care, man could wear a t-shirt and go to the wedding. And nobody would care. All they want to see is the bride, the gown and all that stuff. And the gown, never expensive.
Of course, but your tux too is expensive.
Not nowhere near, nowhere. Not even
a
quarter the price of a gown.
I'm trying for us ladies. Mm-hmm. But listen, that's just our day, okay? It's just our day. We have to listen. Women have. If we were going off topic again, but listen, okay? Mm. We have to give birth, okay? Mm. That is painful. We have to be pregnant, okay? You guys have it easy. You just have a good time, and then we have to, be uncomfortable. All of this. So let that day be for us, right? We're the prize. So let us have that day.
yo, but it's all right, man. You guys can take it. You guys are the flower. You guys are. Men are not beautiful. Women are the beautiful, and the flowers and that bright up the place and all that stuff. I like to see it. I like to see it though.
Good. Cheers to
that. I like to see it. Cheers to that. It's all right, guys. Just make sure you have 50 people at the wedding.
Just make sure you're marrying your love. We're gonna leave it on that note because love always wins.
There's life after the wedding,
right?
You have to, you still have a home to run. Have
expenses,
kids coming up.
Yeah, college, school,
and you still want to go on the honeymoon.
Oh. We'll talk about that another time because I'm going on 4 years and I have not seen the moon.
I did not tell you to get pregnant.
I have not seen it.
I did not tell you to get pregnant.
No, first of all, even if I didn't get pregnant, we couldn't even go. 2019, you were in season, so we could not even go. You were running. So the plan was to do it when you had off season. I got myself pregnant. I don't think so. You had a part to play in it. Number 2, then COVID, the pandemic happened. And the time that I would have been able to, you just decided that you're going to get me pregnant the following year.
Me?
So we've had this year, this year has been open. I don't see the honeymoon.
Me?
If we don't go on it next year, I'm going by myself.
You go by yourself like that movie. The woman go on the moon. All right. On that note, guys, we are going to end off, this...
chat everything
about culture.
Well, we talked about everything.
Culture. We're the same. We're different, but the same.
Yeah, for sure.
You
guys just don't eat fufu, but
we don't eat fufu. We don't eat.
But a lot of the foods are similar.
Enough for the food we're doing now. A lot of the food.
Like
one thing I can tell you about African food, they're messy.
Yeah, it's a lot to cook though.
Very
It's like
messy.
a process. That's why for me, I picked on to cooking Jamaican food so easy because the steps are easy.
And when you're done, you just throw water in the pot and wash them out with little soap on it, and it's fine.
But you love the peanut soup.
With you guys, you have to take some Scotch Brite and some knife and scrape out the pot. Make it soak overnight for 2 days.
You are horrible, but then you're the one drinking all of the soup.
I love it though.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah, man.
Yes. So on that note, cheers.
Cheers.
We'll do another cheers.
Good
and
riddance.
love always.
Mm-hmm.